Hello, Scorpio. This is Empress Pamela, and today I am doing a reading for you on love and relationships in your life. I was inspired to use this deck. It's called Little Reminders, Love and Relationships. And after getting familiar with the instructions from the designers, Amy Zerner and Monty Farber, who are proclaimed soulmates, I said, you know what? This is perfect for a love reading. In addition to these cards, I'm going to use one of my favorite tarot decks, artistically beautiful, just with a very calm, loving energy. And what else? I'm going to be using Romance Angels from Doreen Virtue, Angel Answers from Radley Valentine, which I did some shorts using this deck today. And then the other deck I wanted to highlight is this Rumi Oracle by Alana Fairchild, who this particular deck, look at An Invitation into the Heart of the Divine, very romantic. It's one of the first oracle decks that I purchased back at the beginning of my journey, and so we're going to use these decks now. These cards in particular, these little reminders, love and relationships, they're read almost as like a sentence together. So the amethyst, which is these purple edged cards, they are first. So let me get a card for Scorpio and their love life. It's a card for Scorpio. I feel like that one's coming out. And then we have a ruby card. Ooh, that one's sticking out. And turquoise. Card for Scorpio, please. Let's get a card for Scorpio. Yeah, it was that card. Okay. It's weird. I felt that the first time and I was like, Okay, so it's that set. And then let's get 3 from the Morgan Greer Tarot. So what does Scorpio need? I'm going to put those back because they just dumped out like that. 3 cards for Scorpio. Scorpio in their love life. Wow. There's 2. Let's get one more for Scorpio. Scorpio in their love life. What do they need to know? Okay, that fell out. Next, Romance Angels. Let's get a card for Scorpio in their love life. What do they need to know? What's going on for Scorpio? Whoop, there's 2. They came out perfectly. And Angel Answers. Let's get 2 Angel Answers card. There's 1. Let's get another one. Oh my God, it's flipping out. Love it, Scorpio. Must have a hot love life. And finally, let's get a Rumi Oracle for Scorpio in their love life and relationship. That is it. Came out. Okay, and I will read from the Rumi deck at the end to give you the full message, because Alana Fairchild, her oracle decks are really bountiful, I want to say. Some of the messages from the Rumi have really helped me purge. They made me cry at times, so I love the messages. Okay, first, what is going on with Scorpio? The Warrior. We have the Warrior creates. The Warrior creates the past. So these cards, you read it like a sentence. The warrior creates the past. I want to say that is the theme for Scorpio's love and relationships. And then I read the next section. You will have to deal quickly and decisively with challenging people and situations. Force yourself to risk taking a chance on your ability to create the kind of relationship you want. Have fun as you examine and overcome limiting habits. Ooh, I almost said beliefs. Limiting habits and attitudes formed as protective reactions to painful events in the past. Ooh, right away I'm thinking you might be in a relationship that triggers you for healing some of this. Okay. True love requires bravery. Without it, love is slavery. Fulfill your needs, speak honestly, direct and forceful you must be. Challenge life with open arms, fear not losing love's sweet charms. So be yourself, even in the, even in the wake of losing someone, right? If they don't love the authentic you, maybe it's not true love. I don't know. I'm just saying that. Okay. You'll give a life to something new in ways that others could not do. The one with whom you'll share your fate does seek a lover who creates. Improve your life in every way. Let that child within you play. So don't hold back the lover that you seek. Maybe you'll meet them at an art festival, at a concert, in an orchestra. Maybe you're both musicians. There's something symbiotic relationship with creation, being a creative person. Okay, habits born of hurts long past can grow like weeds that choke the grass. Lessons that you still must learn into a different form will turn. What we learned when we were young can help or hurt in the long run. So there's healing that needs to be done. Oh, look at, I'm reading it. The past creates the warrior. And it's supposed to be read, the warrior creates the past. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, this relationship, or maybe you've been in relationships that triggered you and triggered some unhealed wounds, but I feel like you and your lover or future lover are healing the inner child through creation. Yeah, Scorpio. Ooh, I love it. It's almost bringing me to tears. Seriously. Wow. Ooh, I'm getting emotional about that. Two of Pentacles. Perhaps you are deciding between two relationships. I also see two feathers here. Two relationships, two outlets, two creative outlets that you want to concentrate on, perhaps. Oh, interesting. And I hate using the word interesting, but 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Look at how beautiful. You're standing in your power. Your intuition is on point. Your confidence is on point. Perhaps your creations have offered you financial abundance, prosperity, or if it hasn't already, there's an opportunity for that. Perhaps you're single now and you're deciding whether or not you want to pursue a relationship. Okay. And, to me, I see the 7 of Cups as the card of choices. There's so many different opportunities available to you. They'll bring different things. They'll bring out different emotions. With respect to the first three cards, and we talked about childhood wounds, perhaps there are emotions that come up unexpectedly and bring up emotions that I want to say you need to face in order to heal. I see a connection there with healing childhood wounds for some reason. There's opportunities to, I want to say, tackle some of that healing. Okay. Let's see what the romance angels have to say in this scenario, Scorpio. We have let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. So, with respect to perhaps meeting someone new, there might be a friend group that you have that has like a friend of a friend, someone that you haven't met yet, but they have a friend, or say their spouse has a group of friends and there's someone that stands out that might be a good match for you. I feel like that's a possibility. Something else that came to mind is maybe you have a friend who is a counselor or who is a coach of some sort, and perhaps they have healing ability, or they are a confidant and can help you heal some of your childhood wounds. I feel like they might be a resource for you in the healing. Okay, and very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I feel like the decision cards here, where you're weighing your options between here, emotional options, practical, pentacle options. Very soon you'll be deciding something with respect to what your creative outlet endeavors can offer you. There's something with that. Okay, let's see what the answers are. The angels offer peaceful resolution. So perhaps the healing is, I don't know, I want to say comes from a place of love and support. That stood out. So maybe it's just a couple of little loose ends that we need to resolve within ourselves, but peaceful resolution and not the right time. Okay, so that's almost, I want to say that's contradicting, but it's not really contradicting, because very soon, not the right time. Something is not the right time, and maybe you're deciding one of your options, it's not quite the right time to explore that creative outlet. And that's going to be maybe the deciding factor, is you'll realize it's not the right time. Okay, and Rumi, number 28, enter the Garden of Delights. And this kind of reminds me of a garden with their grapes and the peak. The falcon. I don't know why that reminded me of a garden. Okay, enter the Garden of Delights, number 28. Let's see what Alana Fairchild has for that. So the number 28, I was going to say February 8th, but the number 10 might be significant. 28. Let's see. Here's the book, and I'm going to read it to you. Scorpio, number 28, enter the Garden of Delights. Are you aware that sweetness is found everywhere in town? Are you aware that winter is gone and spring has come around? Are you aware that sweet basil and the carnation are whispering in the garden and laughing about how simply everything is found? Are you aware the nightingale has come back from its flight, singing out messages of love to spread delight with every sound? Everything in the garden is granted the right from the divine court to appear for our delight. Everything is here to make the earth green and alive as a haven for our life. What remains buried in the soil will always endeavor to reach out. No one truly alive can ever be pawned to a prison or a tomb. Emotions buried in the cups, buried in the soil. Okay. There is a sweet spot when entering the Garden of Delights, a moment where the senses have gorged themselves upon beauty and become heavy with their fullness, slowing the mind so that it can perceive the divine beloved dancing behind the veils of nature. Like some of these emotions that are veiled. Wow. But first comes the sensual feasting. Blooming orchids arrest the gaze with their startling and strange beauty. Nectar from the ripest fruits of the garden drips, luscious and sweet, upon a savoring tongue. Hungry for gossip, the ears shamelessly eavesdrop upon the birds in melodic conversation. They sing of greatest, most passionate love and boundless living joy. The ears open wide to take it all in. The craving for touch is sated by rough textured bark, falling from the ancient trees, soft dewy grasses, cool in the shade, the crunching leaves making their sounds under the hot sun, and dancing feet, and the caress of that sunlight upon bare shoulders, with weight of its own like a silken wrap placed just so by a caring lover's hand. The breeze, the very breath of the beloved Earth Mother, is sweet with scent of lavender and jasmine, warmed by the Sun Father. Oh, drink it in until your arms raise themselves to heaven. Your head tilts, your eyes rolling back in your head, and your sacred animal body is mindless and in love. The Garden of Delights, narcotic in effect, lulling the senses from tension into sacred languor that love may be experienced. Let us rest here in the midst of so much life, where the goodness of life is felt and the heart is free from any prison of pain or doubt. Come, be in the garden with me now. Let us be free and feast to our heart's content. You have been granted entry into sacred space, a mihrab, a sanctuary for worship. When the soul is well acquainted with love, life becomes a temple of love, the sacred space in which the soul can grow powerful through expansive worship of love. You're being invited by your spiritual brother, Rumi, to enter into life, to commit to coming alive, even if at times this feels deeply challenging. Sometimes a part of you may rather stay locked in an illusion of security for a time. I see her as security. Perhaps expressed through the preference for what is known over what is unknown, what is familiar and comfortable, compared to that which is unfamiliar or uncomfortable. To tussle with the parts of us that would deny aliveness is a natural part of growth. It can seem so risky with such potential for heartache, and yet what could be more heart-wrenching than the slow death of a precious human soul suffocated by fear and inertia? That is the greatest risk of never really and fully being born into this world of wonders. So Rumi is your midwife, there to ensure full spiritual birth. He is standing at the threshold with you now. You are being asked to cross this threshold from the life you have been living into the aliveness that is flickering and glowing at your feet. It is love's wild hot embers at your sacred feet. They will erupt at any moment into a holy inferno, taking hold of you and igniting you from within, transforming you into living fire. To come alive requires shedding of so much adherence to the fear of death. The great brother whispers wisdom into your heart. You have heard it, felt it already. The fear of death is so much more terrible than death itself. Nothing is dying in you but fear, so the heart can live more freely. Death and life are twin angels, dancing together in communion with the sacred. They are not opposed, they bring the soul aliveness and make the garden of delights possible. They bring the season of the soul that foster growth and take the appearance of dying away, which is actually part of the cycle of life, again and again and again. You have been through much death, dear one, around you, within you. You have known this dark angel. That is why you are so full of life. Your attempts to stay as you have been, to render something in your life immobile or impervious to change, have failed. Let us celebrate. There is no delight in frozen moments long since past. Why try to feast upon such food? It will not nourish you anywhere near as deeply and fully as fresh from the oven morsels of life. Come, let us taste all that is in offer. We'll drink headily and sate our deepest thirst. Let us enjoy the richness of the meal in gratitude for its preparation and awe at the skill involved in such masterful creation. Do not let the memory of death starve you of your participation in life. Do you hold on still to that which is past? Look at the past. Wow. I will soothe you with a loving touch upon your back, and yet gently I will turn your head to the right and urge you to see the rising sun. Your life is blessed, you see. I want you to know this now. I want you to accept this now. Let those horrors of the past be gone. They are no more than phantoms. Isn't one of these a ghost? He used to show it as a ghost. Well, in a different deck it does. Wow. They are no more phantoms. The garden is here now to be touched, tasted, seen, heard, felt, inhaled, and loved. This oracle comes to you with a message. A new day is dawning for you. This is a time when the past will very soon cease to have any hold over you. Celebration is imminent. You are invited into the golden light of divine plenty. Put your worries behind you now and step into your divine inheritance, where all is sorted according to kindness and grace. Very soon. Wow, I love it. Okay. This here. And then there's a sacred honoring ritual if you want to take a screenshot of that, and then this part. Wow. It's funny though, when I saw the grapes, those stood out to me, and then the cups. I don't know if you enjoy drinking wine, maybe you're a winemaker, there's something to do with wine, and plus some of the references to enjoying the feast. There's some like abundance and so forth. But yeah, the experience of death in the past I don't know, that was making me think of whatever happened, the wounds from the past may have been holding you stagnant. And there has to be almost like a mourning of walking away from that, and then a celebration of a new life and a new opportunity in love. So I hope that makes sense, Scorpio. I really thought this was a beautiful healing message, healing the heart, healing you so that you can move on and have some symbiotic relationship with another creative being. That's what comes to mind. I will see you in the next video. Take care, Scorpio.